Hello, it's Lisa here with Illseeyouonthecourts. Hope everyone's enjoying their day today. People have been asking me what paddle should they use. And if you're like me, when you first started out, you probably got some of the Amazon paddles. These ones here, probably. These are the, I don't know if they're quite wooden, but they're the beginner paddles, if you will. And I played with those for a little bit just to make sure I wanted to play the game. Once I decided, yes, I kind of like this thing and I want to keep doing it, I then had to do a whole bunch of research. And when I was doing the research, I would research folks that were doing pickleball paddle reviews, best pickleball paddles of the year, etc., etc. And what I then came down to and narrowed it down to was looking at the type of paddle based on how I play. I tend to be a person that's a little bit more, I'm a very position type person in terms of making very specific shots and of course spinning the ball and things of that nature. But for me, what I had decided on based on going through some paddle quizzes as well as going to the various paddle producer sites, so whether it was the Jula site or the sixzero site or the Diadem site or whatever it might be, I would go to all the different sites, look at all the different paddles they had and what they recommended based on style of play. And what I felt the most comfortable with when I was going through that research was the sixzero site, which I happen to be an ambassador for now because I do believe in their product. But it was the sixzero site because they went through and discussed for each paddle what was it that is unique to that paddle and what type of play is it specific towards. For me, when I was looking, I focused on the Black Diamond, which was combining power and finesse for pickleball players on any type of court. And since I didn't know where I'd be playing or things of that nature, that's what worked for me. And it worked very well for me and for what I do on the court. And then sixzero had done a lot of research over the last 2 years and they came out with the new technology or next gen pro paddles or professional paddles or whatever you want to call it. And that's how I got to the Ruby Pro, which is with sixzero. I love playing with this paddle and it gives me a lot of control, a lot of spin, and a lot more power than I had with the previous paddles, which I was surprised on. So I am an ambassador for sixzero. If you want a discount, use the Lisa12 code on the sixzero side and that gives you a discount on any of the sixzero paddles. But again, look at paddles based on how you play your game, how you enjoy your game, and pick the paddle that makes the most sense for you. Take the quizzes on the various paddle sites, take the quiz at sixzero, and it'll help get you in the right direction. They also have another one out, the Black Opal, but I can't talk about that quite yet. But when you're looking at your paddles, you want to focus again on how you play. Some paddles will go through precision, they'll go through control, which is based on you playing and accuracy type playing. If you're looking for a power paddle because you need more power in your swing, then you're going to focus on more power paddles. Then it's going to get into things where it discusses linear power and non-linear power. I'm not going to know all the mechanics of that, but the linear power is getting a little bit more towards consistency and a predictable feel, so it gives you a more consistent shot, whereas the non-linear is going to give a little bit more dynamicness in terms of how long it's going to dwell on the paddle itself, and then how you're hitting that ball. So for me, I tend to lean towards the sixzero series, and that's all I got for you today. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be talking about some more paddles later on. See you on the courts.